Welcome to the 2021 KOALA Book Awards. We are live, and this morning we will be announcing all the winners and honour books across 4 different categories. Plus, we've got some special appearances from a whole bunch of your favourite shortlisted authors and illustrators. We're going to put their storytelling skills to the test. And as if that's not enough, we'll also be announcing the 2021 Legend Award recipient. Stick around. I don't know what's happening. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. I'm sorry, the sound did something crazy there. My name is Nathan Luff, and I am an author of the Nerd Herd. I am a teacher, I am a reader, and most importantly, I am the host of the KOALA Book Awards ceremony today. I'm hoping the audio is working because it's going a bit crazy for me. Great. So today we are very, very lucky to have a whole bunch of authors and illustrators to come and join us. They are the superstars of the Kid Lit world. And one of the very special guests that we have joining us right now is Charmaine Ledden-Lewis. Now, Charmaine is the illustrator of the beautiful book Found. She's also just released Born to Run, written by Kathy Freeman. We're so lucky to have her. Over to you, Charmaine.
Jinkiwala, Warami Midiga, Dana Yigiata Charmaine Ledden-Lewis. Hello, friends. My name is Charmaine Ledden-Lewis, and I would like to acknowledge the lands on which we all meet today. It always was and always will be Aboriginal land. I am a proud Bundjalung woman, artist and illustrator, and I speak with you today from the Blue Mountains on Warada Darug Nuda, which means on beautiful Darug country, and I pay my respects to our elders past, present and emerging. Didyari Gura Nara, thank you for listening. Yenama Bujari Gumara, walk with good spirit.
Thank you, Charmaine. That was beautiful. I'd also like to pay my respects to the Gadigal and Bidjigal people, of whom I'm streaming out from today. Now, the awards like this don't just happen overnight. There are a whole bunch of people that take us through the shortlisting phase, even the nomination phase. They are beautiful, beautiful people who are really passionate about kids reading, and not only kids reading, but kids enjoying the process of reading. And I thought it was a bunch of koalas. Unfortunately, it's some humans, not quite as exciting, but still, they're pretty amazing humans. And we are lucky to have the president of the KOALA organization with us today. Her name is Megan Light. She is amazing. There she is. I'm going to cross over to Megan. She's going to tell us a little bit more about the organization.
Thanks, Nathan. Thank you for that kind introduction. Yes, I've got my koala brooch on, so, close to koalas. And thank you, Charmaine, for that beautiful acknowledgement of country. We are so thrilled to have the opportunity to come together today to celebrate Australian books and their creators, and to honour the young readers and those who bring books to them. Hello and welcome to our school viewers, authors, illustrators, publishers, and our interstate and territory awards partners, Yabba and Croc. Greetings also to our supporters at the Australian Children's Laureate Foundation, the Children's Book Council of Australia New South Wales branch, the International Board of Books for Young People, and the School Libraries Association of New South Wales. Before we launch into the presentation of the winners and honour books, I'd like to recognise the role and significance of the shortlist. This year's 40 shortlisted books were among almost 500 individual titles and 12,000 nominations from children and young adults. Young readers think that these books are all pretty special. It was also wonderful to hear from the readers that the majority read books from the KOALA list that they hadn't read before, affirming our goals to promote awareness of Australian books and broaden young people's reading options and choices. It's been an interesting year, with access to books and connecting with each other challenging. So a huge shout out to all the dedicated teacher librarians and staff who creatively engaged their students with the koalas as part of their reading promotion and literature appreciation programs throughout the year, culminating in the voting and awards today. I know the excitement is building, so thank you once again for joining us for the 35th KOALA Awards, and best wishes to you all from the KOALA team. Thanks everyone, and back to you. Thanks, Nathan.
Oh, thank you so much, Megan. All right. Well, we want to get things started, but before I do, earlier this week I met up with some of the biggest stars of the kids' book scene in Australia, and I wanted to ask them some really important questions. I wanted to play some games, and we've taken some of that footage to share with you now. So the first thing that I asked these authors was the very important question: why do you write, or why do you illustrate? And I also wanted to know, if you didn't write or if you didn't illustrate, what would you do? And this was the responses they gave me.
The challenge of turning concepts into stories.
Because I think that time is precious and we should spend our time doing things that we love.
I originally started it to try and get girls to like me. Doesn't work.
Because my brain is full of ideas, and if I don't get them out, then it'll explode and leave lots of like brain matter splattered on the wall.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
I think just to escape to other worlds.
For the money, mainly. Yeah.
Try and make sense of the world around me and to connect with kids and young people.
Why do I write and illustrate? Well, why not?
I think because literally anything is possible.
I love writing stories because I love reading stories.
I think it's one thing I just do for myself, so I always need to do it.
I mainly write to laugh.
I want to find out what happens next.
I didn't finish my architecture degree and I got fired from advertising, so...
That's a really simple answer. I'd just be really sad if I didn't do it.
I think like drawing is like magic and writing is like dreaming.
And I think it's just something that's in my DNA. I have to do it.
I think I'd like to be a baker.
Well, I don't know what I would be. Probably a mess.
Oh, that one's easy. I'd be a chocolate tester.
I think I'd be a child psychologist or a teacher.
Probably unemployed.
An explorer.
Person who dips sticks into lollipop mixture.
I would own a bookshop by day, be a cabaret performer by night.
I'd have my own heavy metal band.
I would invent ice cream flavours.
Good job there. I think I'd be an archaeologist.
Secret agent.
I always wanted to be an acrobat, like a gypsy acrobat.
I'd be a hair model. I'd just take this on the road.
I would be a chocolate taste tester. I would probably be a pastry chef.
Probably a stand-up comedian.
A film director, so I'll be doing teenage musicals or horror films.
Physicist. I love understanding the world, how the world works with numbers and formulas.
That's easy. International supermodel.
Thank you so much for our author and illustrators for your honest, candid answers there. Now we're going to get into the awards because we are here to announce a whole bunch of awards. So we have invited a whole bunch of schools to help us with this. Remember there are 4 categories. The first category is the picture storybook category. To help us with announcing the shortlist, reminding us of the shortlist, and also announcing the honour awards. There are 2 honour awards and the winner. We have Corriwell School from the Blue Mountains. I'm going to hand over to them.
I Need a Hug by Aaron Blabey.
Pack of Our Packers by Matt Cosgrove.
Bin Chicken by Kate and Joel Temple and Aruna Hoy Ghosh.
Do Not Open This Book Ever by Andy Lee and Heath Mackenzie.
Found by Bruce Pascoe and Charmaine Ledden Lewis.
Pick the Block by Aaron Blabey.
The Red Book by Beck and Matt Stanton.
The Very Hungry Bear by Nick Bland.
Tilly by Jane Goldwyn and Anna Walker.
Whitney and Whitney, Chicken Divas by Lucinda Gifford. Pick the Block, written by Aaron Blabey and published by Scholastics Australia.
Hi,
This is Aaron Blavey, and I am delighted to hear that Pig the Blob has been awarded an Honour Book Award this year at the KOALA Awards. Thank you so much, and thank you to all the Pig fans out there who continue to vote him onto that list every year, it seems. Thank you so much. See you later.
Tilly, written by Jane Godwin, illustrated by Anna Walker, published by Scholastic Australia.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for this honour, and a big thank you from Anna too, who can't be here this morning. Thanks to all the kids who voted for Tilly, and to the teachers for your support, and whoa, hang on. And to Megan and all the KOALA Awards people for your hard work in running these awards. And congratulations to all the other shortlistees and winners as well. Tilly is a special book for me because it's actually a true story. It's something that happened to my little sister when we were kids, and it makes me really happy that it's resonated with other kids and it has spoken directly to you kids. So that's great. It's a story about how everything we treasure lives always in our hearts, and I will treasure this award. Thank you very much.
Do Not Open This Book Ever, by Andy Lee, illustrated by Heath Mackenzie and published by Lake Press.
Oh! Woohoo! Wow! Woohoo!
Yeah!
Look, I normally get all the credit, but I know people only come to these books for the pictures. So, Heath, what do you have to say?
I have to say that you're absolutely right. They only come to these books for the pictures. Even when I'm writing and illustrating my own book, half of me is going, the other half is better, and it knows it. So yeah, I'd like to, while I'm here talking about myself being wonderful, I'd like to thank everybody for the 5th year in a row for not opening this book, but voting for it anyway. Thank you, voters. And thank you, KOALA Awards, for putting us in this category against some formidable competition.
I'm very surprised that you guys, we won, because I can't believe you've opened it. You must be a bunch of rebels. I salute you.
Out of control. Hey, Andy.
Yeah?
Thanks to you as well, because really, without the words, I would be just floundering around drawing rubbish. So I'm glad you give me some direction.
Thanks to all the kids who voted. Thanks to KOALA Awards. We really appreciate it.
Woo! Woohoo!
Thanks, guys, and congratulations again. Right, that's our first lot of awards. How exciting. Before we move on to our second category, I mentioned before that I got together with a whole bunch of authors. When authors and illustrators get together, often one of the things they love to talk about is all the funny or the strange or the weird things that kids say when you're at school events or you're out doing book signings. So I thought I'd ask them, what is the best thing that a kid has ever said to you? And these were their responses.
The best thing they've ever said is, I want to write a book now.
When I draw Billy, they're like, wow, you're so good. You draw like the real thing. And I'm like, yeah.
It was probably a complaint to his mother saying, Mum, but he's not 10 years old. He's an old man.
I was going into the hall and there were some preps milling around, and one of them said to me, oh, are you the author? And I said, yes, I am. And this little boy turned to me and he said, I think you look like a vampire. And the other kids sort of were nodding like, yeah, possibly.
I often say to the kids, so, what would have been worse than if I tried and it didn't work out? And obviously the answer is not trying at all, except this little girl put up her hand and she said, your house burning down, which was fair enough.
And I drew for them, and I can't draw. And a little 5-year-old girl down the front said, oh, look, she's giving it her best shot. So I was patronised by a prep, and it was beautiful.
Oh my God, you're my favourite author. After J.K. Rowling and Jack Brookie and Jack Penny and Roald Dahl, and they just kept saying more and more names until the bell went.
One boy, asked whether I would marry his mum. And I was single at the time, so I did say maybe. But unfortunately, it didn't. I shouldn't say unfortunately, I've got a girlfriend that I'm very much in love with. Fortunately, it didn't turn out.
This primary school, instead of giving me like a cup or a pen, they gave me a towel with their school logo on it. And I was speaking to like grade ones, and this grade one said, and when you come back, you can wear the towel and nothing else.
One of my favorite things is, like, after about like a 45 minutes of talking to them and telling them about myself and what I do, I always like it when there's a kid who asks the question, so who are you?
Oh, wow. Are you Tim Harris? And I said yes.
Kids have said lots of great things to me, but this one little kid came up to me once and he really eyed me off, looked me up and down and just said, you look taller in your photo.
I had this little girl sort of come right up behind me and breathily in my ear said, "You're a good drawer."
I have a bit in my talk when I say like, oh, I really wanted to be like an actor, but you know, I wasn't that good at acting and I wasn't good looking enough for Hollywood and blah blah blah. And a kid came up to me and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry you didn't get to be an actor. You're not that ugly." Thanks.
Hands down, the best thing that kid has ever said to me was, "How did you do that?" Because it sparks brilliant conversation in art and how to approach art. And if my art can inspire a child to want to do that, then I think that's great.
So there you go, the best things that kids have said to authors. Now we're up to our second category, which is very, very exciting. This is the fiction for younger readers. Now, to help us remind us of the shortlist and also to announce the 2 honour books and the winner, we have Mount Annan Christian School. Over to them.
Alice Miranda in the Outback by Jacqueline Harvey. Billy B. Mysteries, Codebreakers by Sally Ripton and Aki Fikioto. Derek Dools, Bust the Move by Adrienne Beck and Scott Edgar. Ella Diaries, Going Green by Meredith Costan and Danielle MacDonald. Real Pigeon, Fight Crime by Andrew MacDonald and Ben Wood. Bad Guys, Episode 12, The One by Aaron Blady.
Tiny Timmy Training Camp by Tim Cahill and Heath McKenzie. And Topple Towers Fully Booked by Tim Harris and James Foley. Weirdo 14, Vote Weirdo by Ando and Jules Faber. And Wolf Girl 1, Into the Wild by Ando and Jeremy Lay.
The Bad Guys 12, The One, written by Aaron Blady, published by Scholastic Australia.
Hi, it's Aaron Blady again. Thank you so much for voting The Bad Guys episode 12 as an honour book at this year's KOALA Awards. That is amazing. And a little bit of sneaky gossip for all the Bad Guys fans out there. The Bad Guys movie from DreamWorks is nearly finished. It's out next year and it's looking amazing. So thank you once again. Have a great day.
The Honour Awards go to Wolf Girl 1, Into the Wild by Ando, illustrated by Jeremy Lay, published by Allen and Unwin. Yeah.
Wow, a KOALA Award. I'm so thrilled. Do you know the number one thing that I love doing in the whole wide world? Okay, more than painting portraits or doing stand-up comedy, the number one thing I love doing is writing books for kids, telling good stories. And so to win an award voted by kids, I am so happy. What a joy and an honour. Thank you.
And the winner is Weirdo 14, Vote Weirdo.
Written by
Ando
and illustrated by, published by Scholastic Australia.
Oh, thanks everybody. That is so awesome. Thank you to Anne, of course, and our editor, Rebecca Young. Thank you to Scholastic, of course, and to all the fellow nominees. What a great range of books that was, and so hard the competition. I can't believe that we won. Thanks, everybody. Thank you to the kids who voted for us and keep reading. And I promise you that if you keep reading them, we'll keep making them. I think I'm still on.
Oh, thanks, Jules. Sorry for that. I dropped out for a second. Okay, we are very, very lucky because we are about to see one of my favorite videos. So when I got all of my author and illustrator friends together, I thought, you know, they're experts at writing and illustrating. These are storytelling experts. So I thought I'd put their storytelling to the test. And I ran a game with them that often you might do in school, which is where they have to tell a story one sentence at a time. And so we have to have the introduction, some sort of a complication, and a resolution. And they're not allowed to discuss what their story would be first. So I've got 3 different groups doing this. We're going to see whose is the best. So this is the first lot. Let's see how they went.
Carl was a young boy who'd come of age. He had reached the age when he could babysit his younger brother and sister while his mother and father went out to the picture show.
Unfortunately for Carl, there was a very large crashing sound and a small but fast duck had flown through the window of the lounge room.
The duck decided to eat all of his little sister's dinner.
So in went the duck into the pot, Carl decided.
Fortunately, the duck had its own ideas about what to cook for dinner that night.
The duck jumped out of the pot and grabbed the brother and the sister and put them in the pot.
So the brother and sister are in the pot, and they've got to really try to get out of the pot. And they do get out of the pot, but they jump out of the pot and into the fire. Is there a saying, jump out of the pot and into the fire?
Frying pan.
Frying pan. And they end up in the frying pan.
And that's how you have the best recipe of baby brother and sister pot de la crème.
There you go. These are the experts, and that's what they came up with. Pretty amazing. All right, we're up to our 3rd category already. Amazing. This is the fiction for older readers. And to help us out, letting us know who's on the shortlist and also announcing the Honour Awards and the winner, we have Wallsend Public School, who are up in Newcastle. So I'm going to cross over to them.
The older readers for 2021 are Kenzie and Max Out of Sight by Jacqueline Harvey. Mr. Bambuckle's Remarks Go Wild, written by Tim Harris and illustrated by James Hart. Nice Girls Don't Play Kathy Kelly Denine. The Good, written by Emily Rodder and illustrated by Marcus Wright. The 130 Story Trainers, written by Andy Griffith and illustrated by Terry Betts. Funny Kid Belly Flop on Matt Stevenson. The Final Storm by Deborah Avila. Hollow Pops, The Hump of Mario by Jessica. The Power of Positive written by Nat Amore. Ella Eden, New Girl, written by Laura Severton. Funny Kid Belly Flop by Matt Stevenson.
Hello everyone, it is Matt Stanton here, and a huge thank you to all of the kids who voted for Funny Kid Belly Flop in the KOALA Awards. Thank you so much, guys. It means the world. Keep reading.
Mr. Bambuckle's Remarkable! Go Wild! Written by Tim Harris, illustrated by James Hart, and published by Penguin Random House Australia.
Thank you so much, everyone. Wow, what an absolute, what an honour to win an honour book. Thank you so much to those who voted. Huge thanks to James Hart for illustrating such a likeable character. I think he's done such a brilliant job in the illustrations. Thanks to Penguin Random House for publishing. Thank you, Koalas, for voting. And speaking of Mr. Bambuckle's a little teaser. There's a new Mr. Bambuckle adventure just around the corner. Thank you so much again, and congrats to all the other winners and Honour Book winners as well.
The 130-story Treehouse, written by Andy Griffiths and illustrated by Terry Denton. Published by Pan Macmillan Australia. Yay!
Well, thank you so much. It turned out to be a really good thing that me and Terry and Jill were abducted by a giant flying eyeball and taken to Ibolia for an intergalactic death battle. Who knew that you would all enjoy that so much? I certainly, well, I hoped, because that's the kind of nutty science fiction I adored when I was growing up. I've always loved flying eyeballs of any type, especially flying ones are funny. And just want to say big thank you to KOALA. Congratulations to everyone on the shortlist, to Tim and Matt. And of course, thank you very much, Terry, for continuing to give vision to the most ridiculous things. And to all of you readers out there, I think the last 18 months have shown us how powerful a book can be for transporting us far, far away, and that goes for writing them too. So anytime you need to drop into the Treehouse, we're open 8 days a week, 25 hours a day, 366 days a year, and we'll see you there. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so much, Andy, and well done. All right, we are now going to have the second, I promised you 3, the second of our storytelling challenges. This is where I took a whole bunch of authors and illustrators, made them tell a story one sentence at a time to see whether the story would make sense, because these are the professionals. I repeat, these are the professionals. This is the second go at it. Let's see what you think of this one.
Leo had never wanted to leave Africa, but he was taken in the dead of night, and now he found himself performing every night.
There were no other lions in the circus, but Leo had to perform with an elephant, a cheetah, and a monkey.
Leo didn't get along with the other animals. They bullied him and said that his teeth were too sharp and his hair was too lustrous. He was far too beautiful to hang out with them.
Leo wasn't really worried about the fact that he couldn't hang out with the other animals. He was too busy eyeing off the trapeze. I'm going to hang from that instead, he said.
Leo applied for the trapeze role and was accepted, which means he didn't have to hang out with the other animals, much to his delight.
He just had to hang above the other animals and just ignore them all day and all night long.
But then his big moment arrived and he climbed up the ladder to reach the trapeze until he realised he was terribly afraid of heights. The end.
Nice.
That was good.
Wow. Was it? It was magic. Watching these guys do it, it brings a tear to the eye. We are up to our last category, which is fiction for years 7 to 9. Some amazing books in this category to help us remind us of who's on the shortlist and to announce the 2 honour books and the winner. We have MLC School in Burwood, so I'm going to hand it over to them.
And finally, the category that we've all been waiting for, fiction for years 7 to 9. The shortlisted books for this category are Dracora by Lynette Noni, 4-Day Queens by Ashford Schultz, Lies Lockdown by Jack Heath, and One Would Think the Deep by Claire Zorn.
Sick Bay by Nova Wheatman, Sister Heart by Sally Morgan, and The Art of Taxidermy by Sharon Kerno.
The Edge of 13 by Nova Wheatman. The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. Untidy Towns by Kate O'Donnell.
Congratulations to the winners of the Honour Awards. Sister Heart by Sally Morgan, published by Fremantle Press.
Unfortunately, Sally Morgan couldn't be with us here today. However, she sends this message. I'm so pleased Sister Heart has been embraced by young people in this age group. Sister Heart tells the story of what happened to a young girl when she was removed from her family and became part of the stolen generations. I believe it's important we talk openly to our young people about colonisation and the impact past government policies had on Aboriginal families and communities. Seeing Sister Heart honoured in this way by the children of New South Wales gives me great hope for the future.
Liars, Lockdown by Jack Heath, published by Scholastic Australia.
What? I won an honor award. Wow, that's so exciting. Thank you very, very much. It's a huge honor to be honored in the KOALA Awards. It's really exciting. Thank you so much to all the readers who voted. That's really cool. Thank you to my publisher, Scholastic, for making this series happen. Congratulations to all the other shortlisted authors and books. It's an honor to be in such wonderful company. And if I can encourage you all to vote for Kid President next year, that would be fantastic. Back to my coffee.
The winner of the fiction for Years 7 to 9 for 2021 is Sick Bay by Nova Whitman, published by University of Queensland Press.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm so delighted with this. I really am. It's really lovely. Sick Bay was a kind of a beautiful work that I worked on for a long time, and it took me many drafts to get right. So I'm really delighted that young readers and teachers and librarians have been so supportive of this book. Thank you for voting. Thank you to Megan Light and the KOALA Award. Thank you for the committee. Congratulations to Jack and Sally and to the shortlisted authors in this category. There's some incredible books in this category, so I urge you to read them all. And I just really want to say, I guess, that even as a young person at sort of 12-ish, I really, really wanted to be an author. So when I was your age, and I could never finish a story, and I used to lug this big old typewriter around with me and try and write these really elaborate stories, but I couldn't finish them. And this was the first dreadful, dreadful book that I ever finished when I was 12, called The Jelly People. It's a disaster, but I did finish it. So if you do want to be a writer, please do it, because it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to do. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Nova, and thank you. All right, so now we are up to our third of our story challenge competition. This one might be my favorite in terms of how crazy it gets. So if you're just joined us in this stream, I got a whole bunch of authors, illustrators. They had to tell a story one sentence at a time and try to make it make sense and try to get the story to come to a natural conclusion. So here you go. Here is the last one of our storytelling challenge.
There was a puppy. The puppy's name was Ginger. And Ginger had to go downstairs to investigate a sound. The basement was dark.
As Ginger came out of the dark basement, he discovered he had a beard on his face.
How did this beard appear on a puppy? Why did I grow this beard? Was it the magical liquid that I stepped in that was leaking on the basement floor?
Maybe it was. And suddenly I got a wizard's hat. Ginger got a wizard's hat and a little wizard's staff that Ginger held in Ginger's little tail. And when Ginger was so happy, Ginger used to wag his tail, which would mean all sorts of exciting things might happen.
And Ginger thought, perhaps I stepped in the pee-pee of that dog called Dumbledore. And so he wagged his magical tail and poof!
Just then, the television in the basement turned on and a television commercial from the Good Guys advertising electric shavers came on.
And Ginger knew what he had to do. He waved his wand and ordered that home delivery, and ding dong, at the door was the shaver.
And Ginger, the puppy, took the shaver, went to the mirror, shaved off his puppy beard, put it in a glass, filled it with water, stirred it around, and celebrated with a big glass of ginger beer, the way you end every story.
Ginger beard!
That was
wow. Well, there you go. If there are any publishers out there that want to take any of these stories and publish them, they're pretty good. Just give me a call. Right, now that was the end of those 4 categories, but there still is a very, very exciting other award that we want to announce. And I've got a friend here to help do that. This is Oliver Pomervan, who you might all recognize. Now, Oliver, so this award, the Koala Legend Award, was established in 2004. It's a new award to recognize authors and illustrators who have made a significant contribution to Koala and Children's Choice Awards throughout their support of the awards and or their writing. Oliver was the recipient last year in 2020, and now he is here to tell us all about the person who will be receiving it this year. Over to you, Oliver.
Thank you for that, Nathan. So this fellow author has written 48 books, and she's a friend of mine. We're in the same publishing house together, so we go on many tours, and she's such a wonderful person. She's written many series, including Grumpy. What's your favorite series?
My favorite series of hers is Alice Miranda. I love Alice Miranda.
You sure do, Grumpy Bear.
I've got all her books, and I got Jackie to sign all of them 5 times each. And her hand was sore, but she kept on going because she's a trooper.
That's right. She's a big supporter of kids out there and kids writers. She's wonderful, and it is my honor as a Koala Legend to give this year's Koala Legend Award to Jackie Harvey. Yay!
Yay! Wow. Thank you so much, Oliver. Thank you for your kind words, and thank you, Grumpy Bear. You know that Alice Miranda loves you very much too. I've never thought of myself as a legend, but I am truly honoured to be named as this year's Koala Legend. To have had my books in the Koala Awards now for 9 years, this is the pile of books that have been shortlisted, and there are 4 honour book winners amongst them as well, is a huge thrill and a dream come true for me. To know that the readers that I write my books for are actually reading and voting, that's just the best thing. I want to say thank you to Megan Light and the team at the Koala Awards for all their hard work, and also to my publisher Holly Tui and the team at Penguin Random House, because you know it doesn't only take a village to raise a child, it takes a village to bring out books as well. So thank you everyone, and to all of the winners, the winners and the honour book winners today, congratulations. And to the readers, to all of you who've read and voted for our books, everybody who's on the shortlist, we're all thrilled about that. So keep on reading and keep on enjoying the stories, and hopefully I'll see you all soon. Bye.
Thanks, Jackie. And that brings us to the end of our live streamed award ceremony. It's been such a great, I've had such a great time. I hope you have as well. I want to congratulate once more all of the shortlisted and the prize winning authors and illustrators. Well done. And finally, I just need to say, hopefully next year we can do this live in person. That would be amazing. So fingers crossed for that. Until then, I hope you take care, and most importantly, keep reading.